In the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty, the flames of war raged across China. In 199 AD, Chen Deng, the chief of Guangling Prefecture, stationed troops near the Poafu Lake on the southern bank of the Huai River, starting the long history of irrigation and land reclamation of the Hongze Lake Irrigation System. In 200 AD, to protect the region from the flooding of the Huai River, a 15-kilometer-long levee was built at Wujiadun, laying the first stone for the development of the Hongze Lake Levee. In 616 AD, when the Emperor Yang of the Sui dynasty arrived at the Poafu Lake on his tour of inspection, the rain suddenly poured down like torrents, breaking the prolonged drought. The rejoicing emperor named the lake Hongze, meaning Great Lake, which is the origin of the historic toponyms such as Hongze Lake, Hongze Pavilion, Hongze Post, and Hongze Town. Located in Jiangsu Province of China, the Hongze Lake Irrigation System lies on the east of the Hongze Lake, the fourth largest freshwater lake in China. With an irrigated area of over 32,000 hectares, the system stretches from the Hongze Lake Levee in the west to the Baima Lake in the east, and from the sea-entering waterway of the Huai River in the south to the Subei Irrigation Main Canal in the north. First built in 199 AD, the system has undergone 3 stages of development, namely the Poafu Lake Stage, the Baishui Lake Stage, and the Hongze Lake Stage. In 1128 AD, the Yellow River changed its course to flow southward and occupied the course of the Huai River. Depending on the downstream of the Huai River for water supply, the system was heavily affected by this incident, as its functions shifted from the pure irrigation to flood control and irrigation, and its scope and size also altered radically. As a historic and sustainable mega-project, the system incorporates the functions of water storage, water diversion, water delivery, and drainage. In 241 AD, a local official named Dong Ai connected the Poafu Lake with the Baishui Lake, which functioned as the system's water source thereafter till the mid-14th century. By 1578, the Hongze Lake had taken shape, inundating the lakes of Poafu and Baishui. Since then, Hongze Lake has served as the water source for the irrigation system. During the Baishui Lake stage, the water storage projects were the Tang and San Weirs. When the Hongze Lake took shape, the San Weir was submerged, and the Tang Weir became part of the Hongze Lake Levee. When the Baishui Lake was first used as the water source, 8 water gates were installed to divert water for irrigation. From the mid-14th century to the more recent times, the water gates were replaced by culverts on the Hongze Lake Levee. By contemporary times, the culverts have been replaced by Zhouqiao Culvert Sluice, Hongjin Culvert Sluice, and Gaoliangjian Sluice, and the remains of the old culverts are preserved. The Zhouqiao Culvert Sluice acts as the water intake for the Zhouqiao irrigation scheme, which lies in the north of the Hongze Lake Irrigation System, while the Hongjin Culvert Sluice serves the Hongjin irrigation scheme, which stands in the south. During the Tang Dynasty, Baishui Lake was equipped with 5 main canals, namely the Qingzhou Canal, the Shuzhou Canal, the Juzi Canal, the Dafu Canal, and the Tangli Canal. They diverted water from the west to the east. Since the formation of the Hongze Lake in 1578, these irrigation canals had taken up other functions of flood discharge and drainage. Currently, the Qingzhou Canal is no longer in use. The others mainly serve as drainage canals, and their irrigation function is performed by newly built canals. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, apart from the old canals, from the stage of Baishui Lake, new drainage canals had been excavated, including the Laosan Canal, the Jiangsu Canal, the Ren Canal, the Yi Canal, and the Li Canal. The Hongze Lake Levee was equipped with a complete water discharge system incorporating sluices, dams, and culverts. After the founding of the People's Republic of China, the old water discharge system of the levee had been replaced by the Sanhe Sluice, the Erhe Sluice, and the Gaoliangjian Sluice. After over 1,800 years of development, the irrigation system is still a major source of agricultural products and prosperity. Having protected the downstream of the Huai River from flooding since ancient times, the Hongze Lake Levee is a comprehensive project used for irrigation, flood control, domestic water supply, and ecological functions. Currently, more than 2 million hectares of farmland, 26 million people, and a dozen major cities are under its protection. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, the Hongze Lake stood at the intersection of the Yellow River, the Huai River, and the Grand Canal. To safeguard the water transport of grain through the Grand Canal, governments at that time spent a lot of effort on the construction and maintenance of the lake levee, leaving the irrigation system with large amount of cultural heritages. Hydraulic structures such as the levee and the remains of the Xin Dam have been listed as UNESCO World Heritage Sites. The courses of the Shun, Caozi, and Laosan rivers have stood the test of time and are still playing an important role. Historic relics such as iron bowls, stone tablets with inscriptions, and imperial edicts are all testaments to the wisdom of the ancient Chinese on flood control. As a mega irrigation and land reclamation project, the irrigation system has always been a major guarantee to national security and the people's well-being ever since its establishment. Without the Hongze Lake Levee, the north of China wouldn't have been able to benefit from the grain transported through the Grand Canal during the Ming and Qing dynasties. As the water storage project of the irrigation system, the over 67-kilometer-long Hongze Lake Levee was built with more than 2.7 million stone slabs, each of which weighs more than 500 kilos, and its storage capacity had reached over 1 billion cubic meters in the Ming Dynasty. Once world-leading technologies such as the upright masonry, the gently sloping revetment, and the leak-proof Tabia Dam surface were applied during the construction of the levee in the 16th century. As a good example of sustainable development, the irrigation system has been known for its fine construction and management system. For instance, it adopted a segmented construction approach for the levee to ensure accountability and responsiveness. The management of the levee was carried out by both the civil government and the army, while the civil society was also fully mobilized in times of floods. In addition, its Hongze Lake water level management system and the mandatory compensation to be borne by responsible officials after levee breaches are all valuable reference for project management today. For over 1,800 years, Hongze Lake Irrigation System has brought the region clear water and fertile land. It is not only a witness of history, but also the source of a prosperous future.